before most styles that I do, I usually like to wash my hair first, so my hair is nice and clean. And for this perm rod set, I'm starting off with medium-sized sections, working small sections at a time and combing it out with my Afro pick. And then I'm going in with the Shea Moisture Curl and Style Milk, and I'm going to work that in that one section. And in order to make sure I get the product thoroughly in my hair, I'm kind of like dividing the section into smaller sections and working it in. And then I take this oil, which is a mixture of plenty oils, and then I work that in as well. And these are all the perm rod sizes that I'm going to be using, well, at least all the options that I have to use. And I'm going to use a tangle teaser to detangle my hair. So I'm taking a smaller section from that bigger section, and I'm combing it out, and I'm taking a perm rod and wrapping my hair around it. So there's many different ways that you can wrap your hair around a perm rod, and each way will result in a different curl. And I really like using the tangle teaser to set any style, because the tangle teaser kind of helps, like, defines your curls in a way, or separates your curls, I guess, and it makes the takedown process of this style so much easier, as you will see. So the way that I wrap my hair around the perm rod is I usually start in about the middle-ish of my hair and then wrap the ends around itself, and then just wrap the rest. I don't really know how to explain it, but yeah, that's what I do. And basically the hair is on top of itself, which is why the curls turn out how they turn. A little tip to ensure that these curls come out better: before you start rolling your hair, kind of make sure your hair is pulled taut before you roll, because you want it to be, I guess, as sleek as possible, so your natural curl pattern isn't like competing with the curl of the perm rod, if that makes sense. So yeah, before you even start curling it, don't just like wrap your hair loosely around it. Make sure your hair is kind of sleek. In total, I used 72 perm rods, and most of them are the gray and the white ones for the longer parts of my hair, and then the other parts I had the other colors because it's kind of shorter. So to dry my hair, I am using this vintage hair dryer from the 1960s, and if you want to see that video, just, you know, click right there. But after my hair is dry, I'm gonna take all these perm rods out, which is kind of a satisfying process to do. So for separation, what I do is I grab a curl and I kind of like run it through my fingers before I start separating them, and my hair naturally wants to separate at certain parts, so that's where I pull it apart. But then there will be some instances where it doesn't want to separate, like right here. It's just, so you just kind of have to force it to separate, and I think that may be because I didn't detangle it properly. But this is why I like to use the tangle teaser, because it makes separation so much easier. Like, as soon as I grab a curl, it kind of just starts to fall apart on itself, and I don't really have to do much of the work. But, you know, there is some that you gotta like force it to separate and it ends up being frizzy, but who cares about that? Not me, not I. And we all know what this step is. This is the step where we pick out the roots, because without that, you'll be walking around looking weird. But yeah, I like to pick out the roots as much as possible. This hairstyle actually turned out way different. Well, obviously it's a different hairstyle, but turned out way different from like a flat twist out. It's way less voluminous because obviously the hair is rolled upon itself, so it's not as big.